Okay, so another setup. Looking at Jetblue Airways here. So very, very bearish. As you can see, it's been nothing but down since early July. We'll just throw this moving average on. You can see, yeah, definitely bearish, but it is looking like it's hitting a bit of a liquidity area here, right around right below 440. Actually, if we just put a solid line. Well, no, I'll leave this actually. So. Looking at this, you can see that it's been straight down until it hit about 440, and it's been rejecting this area since last week of September, so about 3 weeks, give or take. So we'll drop it down in this smaller time frame. Still, like it's so far below this 4-hour moving average even. So it is kind of just been ranging. Won't really go above 470, 480, and won't go below 440. So. I would be looking for this to break lower and probably head to, let's see if this is the all-time low. Never looked at this stock before. Yeah, so I think this is all-time. It's never been lower than this. Oh, way back here, 2012. So we're not going to go off that. We'll just look at this now, and we'll check out the ranges, see what we're working with. So average week, it usually does about 57, 58, we'll call it 60 cents, and it's already at 41. So and the low for the week is actually let's see, it is 426, so it still has like maybe 16, 20 cents to go. So like 405 might be like the weekly ATR. So we'll mark that down here so we have an idea. Roughly, we'll just put weekly ATR because I want to see if there's a trade in this at about 405. So kind of where it could go this week. Obviously, as far as this is Wednesday, market's closed right now, it's nighttime, but we got 2 more days. It got super bought up today though. It did come all the way down but got bought up, so but did make a lower low, so, and has continued as price comes down and it heads into this little area here. All these, price keeps producing lower lows, so it may get rejected and bought up, but it is coming lower and lower. So a couple things could happen. Either eventually it does break through the zone, either we get some candles to actually some bodies to close in this area, and then it slowly pushes through this zone until the zone becomes gone, and price heads down lower and lower to sub $4 levels, or price gets bought up here. And you could be, I'm not really a range trader, but I do see a setup here if this if we do get, just because this candle was such a weak candle, like 2/3 this candle's wick, so it really did heavily reject this area. So it might get another bounce into here, although it has created, it's tough to see on this time frame, but you can see lower lows forming. So up here, down, up, down. This is actually a little bit lower, and this is lower than this one, lower than this one. So you can see that it almost had when price first came down to this area, it did have higher highs, you can see, and then it kind of formed a head and shoulders here, and now it's heading into this area. And even though this 4-hour, the first 4-hour candle of New York Open came down, got rejected, the second one barely pulled back up and actually sold off towards the end of the day. So pretty weak 4-hour candle at the end of the day. So I actually do think that this is going to break lower, it's just because you do have these lower lows. You can see here, 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 here. So I'm more likely to sell this. But if you did get some good bull momentum, if this did switch, your best bet is to maybe head back up to 470. Maybe it's gonna have to retest this 1-hour moving average. So that's best case scenario. So I would say that's a pretty trash trade, to be honest. Where would you actually put your stop? You put your stop maybe here, and then you might be able to double your money. Might get a 2R here, but again, you're heavily counter trend trading. That this is super bearish. There's not really much more. Doesn't get much more bearish to this. It just happens to be ranging since the last week of September, but it's definitely not bullish by any means. So, but yeah, these lower lows, you can see these big, this is a big bear candle, and then I got these bear candles, which again create a lower low. You got this candle that already did create a lower low versus these ones. So I mean, price does want to head lower, so I'd probably be looking for a better scenario would be a pullback to this level here. You got this price segment which did create a lower low. You can see lower high, lower low. So I do like this. I could definitely see price coming back up to this area right around 450. Price loves whole numbers. Your 618 retracement is right at 450, so 451. So that's definitely, and you can see prices respect to this area a few times here, and then if you pull it all the way back here, so super significant area. So I'd probably let price come back up to this area and then look for some sell-off, some resistance, and then put in a short position here. Probably just put my my stop to wherever this 1 hour moving average is. Let's say it's right here at the time. And then I would target this I would target this full weekly range here, all the way down to 405. And I think you get it's actually a little bit better risk to reward, especially if we can get in up here. If you can get in up here, I mean, this is really good. You're looking at 4.6 risk to reward, and your 405 is your weekly range, so totally reasonable for it to hit that this week. That's what it does on average. So here we'll just go like this right there. So this is what it would look like if if we get enough volume, price to come up, hit this 50% 618 area, and then sell off all the way down to our weekly ATR, which is 405. So you can definitely do it. I think that's a much better trade scenario than looking for just a range trade from from the lower zone to the upper zone. But that's just me. I would like for price to break lower, and but ultimately you can see we got a little bit of, after price came down deep into this area, it has pulled up a little bit. You got some nice 1 hour bull candles here, but again, I think this will slowly just drizzle up. Probably tomorrow, New York Open, it'll come into this area, and then I think it'll sell off. And then, I mean, if it breaks through this zone, well, then I guess it's probably going to 470. But again, we have our lower highs in place. So right here, it probably won't even make it to 470. It'll make it to like 460, probably in here actually. This 786 level will probably hold it no matter what. So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen. I think from 450, we'll say 451 down to 405. So in at 451, take profit at 405, stop loss at 461. You're looking at a 4.6 risk to reward. I think it's high probability. You got all the moving averages on your side. This 30-minute moving average will come down and probably assist you as resistance to the upside, so that's good. Even the 15-minute, yeah, even the 50 minutes right there too. So you have all the moving averages favoring you. You're with the trend, the big trend, and the overall trend, the daily, and then even the short, the smaller time frame trends as well. So, and then you got this nice range that is, it's within range for the week, so we could expect this to play out within the rest of the week, the next 2 days. So that is my take on JetBlue. Hopefully you guys got some value out of this. If you did, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.